Hassan wins again. Sorry. Hassan wins again. My friend Hassan won again.
I want to give you guys some options. I understand that there's probably
put the shot. Put the shot on. The most absurd projection you've ever seen. It's so crazy. This is a pathetic way to behave. Socialism is when you spend money. That's socialism. You spend money, that's socialism. It's just like, so what are we doing here? Cameron F305 has released a content deputy. Now, anyone reasonable would be aware, or anyone who knows anything about iDubbbz would know that content deputies are typically released after the subject of the content cop has replied to the content cop. iDubbbz has not really replied to the content cop. He's just making a content deputy because his last video flopped and he's desperate to recapture it. Because he's an unoriginal vapid skinwalker. Very lame. Very embarrassing. Now, many will know that there were allegations about Cameron that resurfaced, which he attempted to dispel by playing like a 3-second audio clip of one of the girls involved saying, "No, you never sexually assaulted me." Which doesn't actually disprove the allegations, because it could be that the exact actions that were described did happen, but at some point she recanted on the sexual allegation claim. Lots of different things could be happening there, and he admits to a significant amount of it in a voice call that I've played probably 100 times at this point, so you can go back and look at this. But this is like the clearest, this is undeniable. He had this relationship, so let me set the scene for you guys, okay? Krexer is a voice actor for the game Yandere Simulator. Cameron is a musician for the game Yandere Simulator. Krexer has a history of being in domestic violence situations and needs a place to live. Is in, like, need of a place to live. Housing insecure, some might say. Cameron decides to swoop in. He says, "Hey, Krexer, it's fine. You can live with me. You can live with me, Krexer, for no ulterior motives. Because I just care about you." And once they move in together, the relationship eventually deteriorates and implodes, with Krexer claiming he's like a total abusive psycho. Those claims have mixed truth. One of them specifically, she claims he was listening to women screaming while he fell asleep, but it was actually just true crime stuff, and that's been pretty much confirmed. But that doesn't necessarily mean she was lying about it. She could have genuinely believed that. There was a woman screaming in the video. However, we do have, like, proven, essentially, physical abuse. Like, I don't know what else to call this other than physical abuse. And we'll show you this right now. So this is Cameron and Krexer. A stream towards the end of their relationship. So he comes in, he puts his arm around her. She's like fine with it at the start. She's like smiling here. And then she's sort of like maybe a little bit less fine with it. And then he grabs her by the throat and she's shocked. And he's like, it's obvious. He's shaking her throat around. He's got a grip around her neck.
What the?
She pushes him off. Then what else happens? This weirdo starts digging his chin into the top of her head, like trying to cause her pain, like blatantly so. Like her head, she's like moving around, trying to like.
Do you guys have questions?
Reposition.
I have AIDS. I have a question.
And like he's gritting teeth. So fucking weird. So there's just like so many, and there's a whole recording where apparently he shut her out for an entire night, and then started lying about shutting her out. That's a claim. Can't verify that, but. This guy's like totally fucking insane, and he has lied repeatedly. You can go back through any of the catalogue of videos about him, see the endless fucking lies this guy's told. He's even now admitted that in the call with Aiden, he did export a fresh version of the audio that he gave to Aiden. So when Aiden was asking him to find a call, he was spending a bunch of time doing God knows what, and then exporting a new version of that call. So fuck knows what he did. It's totally insane. The guy is a complete lying piece of shit at the very least, if not sexual assaulter. Abusive sexual assaulter. And there's enough smoke to where that's like a big, huge possibility, frankly. I haven't showed yet. That's a great point. So let's, before we get into the latest Cameron video, let's do a quick show. 360 people watching, 83 likes on the stream. Some of those 280 people, would mind please move the cursor thumbs up and clicking it or pressing the thumbs up on the mobile device. That'd be hugely appreciated. If you want to take your support one step further, you can do it directly through the stream elements link in the pin chat message. You can also buy a membership to the channel, gift a membership to the channel, gift a whole bunch of memberships randomly throughout the chat, buy a super chat which will highlight a message and read it on TTS, or buy a super sticker, which is a YouTube image or GIF that'll be highlighted in chat, and I'll describe it to you. You can go to discord.gg/Kuihman, twitter.com/Kuihman, or reddit.com/r/Kuihman. Also, guys, huge push for active engagement right now. Very important stuff, okay? A-pop and chimp out. Always be clipping. ABC. There's an always be clipping guide on the subreddit for you to learn how to clip streams. Thank you for the 5 gifted, Yummy Prismo. Huge appreciated. Thank you. Yeah, clipping guide on the subreddit. Go check out the clipping guide and post like hell. Run a Twitter account, run a Reddit account, run a Discord account. All very important stuff to be doing. And also, guys, Freddie Woods now runs a Twitter community, which I will link or a mod will link, depending on who gets to it first. I'm going to link in the chat. Go join the Twitter community. It's called Chimp Clips, okay? Huge things happening. Here it is. That's Freddie Woods' Twitter community for clips of stuff adjacent to our content here. Alright, so let's get into the Cameron video.
Feel confident to slander.
Okay. That's so gay.
They are a terrorist organization. Like they're
Okay, let's take a look.
Wake up.
It doesn't work when they don't actually give a fuck about you. Like, does he not real? The point of the skit at the start of iDubbbz's Content Cop was that Ethan actually hates and freaks out over those people. That no one has enough respect for you to freak out about the fact you're making a video on them.
They are a terrorist organization. Like they are designated by the
Wake up.
What we do here is go back.
It's like the tired references. Do you see what I mean? Like, compare this to, like, they're shooting gnomes. They're actually doing something. They actually went out and did shit. That was, like, took the slightest amount of effort, was like, had like the most tiny amount of like danger. Like, you're actually doing something at least. You know, they're shooting. They're shooting gnomes, they're breaking shit. They're not just running around like a bunch of fucking fairies in the woods, dude. Fucking men in tights ass. Like you're just fucking your friend's ass in the woods. You're just being gay as hell here. Like, you just want to fuck this guy. You're just, like, humping this guy because you want to fuck this dude because you're gay as hell. So that was such an awful opening skit. That was so lame. Like nothing even happened. There was nothing, man.
Who is this cute little...
And again, this is like the 3rd tired reference in like such a rapid succession. This is the 2nd video I've watched this week that has opened with this line.
Lesbian, and how tight is her pussy? What's going on, guys? Didn't think we'd be doing this, but welcome to Content Deputy. Today we'll look at what Ian's been up to since my content cop released and his brilliant systematic dismantling of all criticism sent his way. Also, his reaction to my video. I think a great way to start this video off is to give you guys a couple of updates. Now, let's get a little serious here. First of all, thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I'm extremely humbled by all of the support my last video received. By the time this video's out, we'll have reached 40,000 subscribers, and all the support has just meant a lot. I'm gonna keep doing this. I appreciate y'all. On that note, the fundraiser attached to my last video not only surpassed $6,000 raised for cancer research, which is a whole lot more than Creator Clash 2 ever did, but it also surpassed the fundraiser attached to the Creator Clash 2 VOD that, you know, Ian made to save face for, you know, the lack of money going to charity. That's not only incredible, kind of hilarious. Since my content cop, Ian has been
6K for cancer research. Wow. Oh boy.
Doing some sort of humiliation tour, and the first stop was Hassan Parker's house. Hassan was doing a charity stream reacting to Ethan's content nuke, and as I predicted, the funds went to the Creator Clash Tiltify. Now, I kid you not, after arriving late, Anisa's husband comes on Hassan's stream and sits in the cuck chair as they watch Ethan's video. Now, let's see if Ian responds to the criticism of the sketch that he made with Hassan with that swastika sword. I'm Jewish! This would be the...
Oh. Dude.
Perfect opportunity, so let's see what he's got.
I'm the one who thoughtlessly picked up the sword. We were grabbing a lot of props in Hassan's room, and there are a lot of props.
There's a lot of anti-Semitic props, and he just chose that anti-Semitic one as opposed to the other anti-Semitic ones. I'm going to kick you out if you apologize for that, by the way, because that's ridiculous.
Oh, you can't. Hassan won't let him. What a fucking pathetic fucking loser, dude. Other than sitting there.
No, that's based. No, that's literally based. No, Hassan won again. Hassan wins again. Sorry. Hassan wins again. I hate to break it to you. Hate to break it to you. My friend Hassan won again. Where's, sorry, I was looking for... Content cops coming? Okay.
You about to be arrested? For what? Having a fucking fat cock? Don't think that's illegal. You about...
Okay.
Uncritically while Hassan screams and tries to deflect all criticism from the content nuke. There really isn't much to criticize Ian here for, mainly because he barely fucking says a word.
Or you learn.
This is why it's Orientalist. To literally look at these dudes and go, oh no, they're fucking barbaric baboons. And
don't laugh at his fucking...
During the stream, there were many times where Ian's face reeked of regret and being uncomfortable as he realizes that these new friends of his do not care about him whatsoever and have some questionable takes.
They have a shelf life because they don't have the same fucking stubborn nature that I do. They don't have the same interests as I do. They inevitably become their own worst enemies.
True, it sounds like the best person ever. So true.
You might think you're riding
He's spitting
high
right now.
For a little bit. You might think you're getting showered with praise. An army of anonymous Redditors telling you you're brilliant. But at the end of the night, when you go home and you sit down and you look yourself in the mirror, you're not going to recognize who you become. That's it. It's turning into a lolcow of a different variety. That's what I think.
It sounds like MLK when you think about it, man.
I gotta mention it again. One of my favorite parts about the stream is the unironic...
I mean, wait, but Hassan actually... Sorry, I stopped listening because the NPC Oblivion music actually did... It kind of worked on me. It kind of short-circuited my critical thinking there. But no, he's kind of right. Cameron was riding high when he had an army of anonymous Redditors saying his video was amazing. And then, within a week, he became a total lolcow. And suddenly it wasn't fun again.
That's it. It's turning into a lolcow of a different variety. That's what I think.
That's so mean.
I gotta mention it again. One of my favorite parts about the stream is the unironic cuck chair. How do you do that to yourself? Like, you just can't beat the cuck allegations anymore, dude. Now,
yeah, anonymous Redditors like himself and Young Daggerdick.
An old saying that goes along the lines of, wherever there's a spineless cuck, there's a snake. And this snake goes by the name of Anisa Jama. Now, in my previous video, I went really light on Anisa.
Dude, the mannerisms are all just like so forced and fake. It's like disgusting.
That's because not only was the video not about her, but I wanted to show that Ian is a malicious, spineless piece of shit, whether or not Anissa is involved. But since my video dropped, Anissa has been continuing to win the unlikability contest of the century. And can I just say, just looking at this couple and like the evolution,
isn't like everything Anissa posts like the most retarded? I feel like at this point, you've got to kind of accept you're getting baited when she's just like endlessly posting the most obvious retarded troll
but
shit.
I wanted to show that Ian is a malicious.
But when she's posting on the timeline, you can hate me and still find me attractive. I'm sorry, but if you start seething over that, you're just like getting baited. You are getting baited.
Spineless piece of shit, whether or not Anissa is involved. But since my video,
this has been like her personality for about fucking 8 years.
Anissa has been continuing to win the unlikability contest of the century. And can I just say, just looking at this couple and like the evolution, it's pretty scary how things degraded. Look at this happy, normal looking couple. Is this a recession indicator? Like, how do you choose all the tattoos from a kid's sticker pack and think it looks good? One of my favorite insults I've heard is that you look like a skateboard. I think that's pretty funny. It's funny that the tattoos...
Another stolen joke. I'm referencing Nick the Oreo, and now he's mugging you on twitter.com.
The sewer that he used to eat pickles in. Hey, Ian and Anissa, I can tell you guys are pretty torn up about the whole tattoo thing. I want to give you guys some options. I understand that there's probably
put the shirt on.
Your tattoos, and you know I feel pretty bad. So I want to give you guys some options on how you guys can
put the shirt on,
because I can tell it's really hurting deep down. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to grab your mask.
You put a shirt on.
Get something that's around your skin tone and just cover it up. If you put enough layers on, it really starts to cover it. Back to
skinny
how
fat.
you were.
Ew.
It's pretty perfect, isn't it? Great. Look, you can even do some ASMR while you do it. And then when you take it off, you can wax yourself.
Yeah, he actually makes iDubbbz look jacked.
The snake isn't the only one being the retard on Twitter. The cuck is too. In his content cop, Ian was trying to.
Well, I'm sorry, if you're not in good shape, do not take your shirt off. How simple is it? How easy is this?
The lawsuits that he was filing against people.
You can use that money to bully and intimidate people. No, you have a ton of power, you have a ton of options, you have a ton of choice. That's exactly what you get for being filthy rich.
Someone's mad at the internet. But then he tried promoting Denim's GoFundMe, trying to sue Ethan for claiming that she promoted the Giardia claim, which is true. She did do that. She even tried deleting evidence. After she got caught doing that, she refunded the GoFundMe and isn't gonna do anything now. No lawyer would have—
Wait. Dude, he's totally— Wait, she got caught deleting evidence. What evidence did she delete, first of all? And she didn't refund the GoFundMe because she got caught deleting evidence. It's because it didn't reach the goal. Was it not one of the funds that you only get paid out if it hits the goal? No, I'm pretty sure it was one that only pays out if you hit the goal. She ended it way before. Yeah, but was it not because she wasn't going to hit the goal? I'm pretty sure it said in the GoFundMe something about this. One minute, let me have a look. Oh, right. Ethan lied about me supporting CPS coming to his home. If he doesn't retract this, GoFundMe is for legal fees to hold him responsible for his lies. If he retracts, this GoFundMe will be refunded. Well, he did retract, didn't he? Did she end it before or after he retracted? He retracted after she ended it. Yeah, I don't know what the timeline is here, but I don't believe that there was anything about being caught deleting evidence. Is it not just because Twitch VODs fall off after 3 months? Ethan said she deleted YouTube videos, but it was a fan channel. Oh, okay. My understanding was that it was one of the, that she was not going to do it unless the lawsuit was fully funded, basically. Oh, right, okay. Wait, I see this. 1 minute. Denim says a tweet talking about it. Let's see what she says. Why issue a retraction letter and crowdfund if you weren't serious about your legal threat? I was and am. If CCC section 48A applies, you must issue a retraction letter within 20 days of the defamatory statement before you can pursue a lawsuit. This is why Ethan was so prompt in his letter to Noah, but has yet to file a suit, if he ever plans on doing so. I changed my mind about crowdfunding because I realized I didn't like the money-grubbing narrative. Normally this wouldn't be an issue because I could just be transparent with how the money was spent, but over the length of time a lawsuit would span, it isn't realistic, and just doing my best isn't enough for an offensive lawsuit. Anyone that's disappointed needs to realize they would have been waiting a very long time for any kind of emotional payout on this anyway, and it's easier to take my time on this while I'm not being perpetually scrutinized as a scammer. To anyone that doesn't care about the money and just wants to see Ethan take L's, the Kavanaugh suit will end before any potential lawsuit of mine gets off the ground. Not to mention, if he does end up filing something against me, it feels strange to crowdfund for a defamation suit and for a defense at the same time. And mixing the funds feels even stranger. This is the cleanest way to move forward. I mean, that actually makes total sense. That makes total sense. If you're doing an offensive lawsuit, people are going to expect a lot of transparency. Huge transparency. Because you are taking the offensive step. And that's going to be difficult to provide, especially if she ends up getting sued and there has to be a defensive fund. So you probably want to save, you don't want to fundraise for the offensive lawsuit in case there's a defensive one you need to fundraise for. The offensive one is one you're more willing to put your own money in, but something that's thrust onto you, you probably want help with that. That makes total sense. I don't know how, you know, if anyone's got a good criticism of that thought process. Well, like, Denims, okay. I don't want to say Denims isn't stupid. Denims has a lot of stupid takes, certainly. But my understanding is that Denim's actually educated and is a, like, relatively, like, capable, put-together person. I don't think she's a total bedblob retard, is my point. I think she probably could figure out something like this. She's not, I don't think she's a total retard. I understand it's easy to just say, woman with bad takes equals retard, but I'm pretty sure she's, like, actually pretty educated and had, like, a job before, like, a professional job, not just a fucking wagey job. But I think saying low IQ is stupid as well. I understand everyone just wants to hate Denims. I get it. Annoying woman with bad takes. Yeah, she's so retarded. I don't think she's actually that fucking retarded. I don't think she's, like, cannot interpret law, cannot figure out how to run her life, cannot figure out the best way to run a legal fund.
Which is true, she did do that. She even tried deleting evidence. After she got caught doing that, she refunded the GoFundMe and isn't gonna do anything now. No lawyer would help her with that. That would have absolutely been a frivolous lawsuit, Ian. So I don't know why you're promoting that one. Lesbians? Okay, so far Ian's humiliation tour isn't really addressing any criticism other than the sword. This isn't looking very promising. Where's this next stop? Oh, goodness. So Noah Samsen, who has the personality of a dry sponge, has been doing a bunch of charity streams for Palestinian refugees, and that's cool and all. And on these streams, he's been having a variety of guests. Some of them were to be expected, and others were absolutely insane.
What do you think about what Ansar Allah are doing now, bombing the, stopping the airport?
I don't know how much I'm allowed to say about how I feel about the Houthis without the FBI arresting me, but I would say this motion and this motion and
oh, and he also had iDubbbz on.
We're live, yeah?
Yeah. Sorry, I keep forgetting to mention that.
Listening to this is painful. These two people having a conversation could put anyone to sleep in 5 minutes. Ian doesn't even care enough to know that Noah is streaming. This whole thing is a mess. Other than the multitude of dumb tangents these two go on and the multitude of times that Ian humiliates himself for no reason at all.
Although my hairline's kind of receding a little bit.
This stream is notable because Ian actually addresses some of the criticisms that people like myself have
it shows Noah just being, like, kind of funny. Being, like, edgy, politically radical, but kind of funny. Yeah, probably not the clip you want to pick. Why don't you show the one where he's saying we need to escalate against the people we have access to or whatever? Show that one instead.
His way, and he even mentions yours truly. Hey Anissa and husband, hope you guys are having a great time watching. Let's see what Ian addresses in this high-energy, fast-paced interview with Noah Samsen cosplaying as XXXTentacion.
I put my dick in my parents.
Some people are like, oh, this is way...
You are literally the guy who is obsessed with X. He did that for a charity fundraiser goal. You literally have an alt account where you pretended to be a Black X fan to big yourself up and talk about how, you know, you're keeping the spirit alive and all this shit, dude. The most absurd projection you've ever seen. It's so crazy.
Let's Let's see what Ian addresses in this high-energy, fast-paced interview with Noah Samsen cosplaying as XXXTentacion.
I put my dick in my parents.
Some people are like, oh, this is way too, like, into politics. They thought the video, there's a lot of people who thought the video was too centered around Israel-Palestine. I was like, well, that's, in my mind, that's crazy, because I felt like it was just the smallest touch of that.
The smallest touch?
Yo,
it's
Giselle, how's it going,
premise. Man? You open with it.
He is extremely sympathetic to the Israeli cause and what's happening to them. His wife's Israeli. She served in the IDF. He obviously likes the state of Israel.
You act like you didn't even write your own video. Well, that actually might be the case.
I also take ownership for the Tana. The Tana thing was my.
Oh, that was so long ago.
Was my idea. Was my stupid idea.
So he's deflecting the criticism of him putting his politics and his new shithead friends over a near decade-long friendship. Got it.
And then there were some people who.
Okay, wait. He literally addressed that whole point in like the last video. No. He laid out, we weren't that close. I'd have said this. He was not that close with Ethan. It was not like a super tight friendship. It's already been laid out that it wasn't like a big, oh, I'm putting my politics and my new friends above my old friends. They weren't that close, and this is what he actually thinks.
Said the exact opposite, and they were like, oh, this is just like, this is something that should have been addressed behind closed doors. Like, this is way like personal. This is your personal gripe or whatever that you're, you know, making public.
How is that the exact opposite? You had a ton of paths you could have taken. This wasn't a one way or the other type of situation. I could either keep friendship or be a political cunt. And the criticism that you're describing is totally valid. This should have been handled in private. You should have had no problem denouncing people calling your close friends genocidal.
Wait. He tried to handle it in private. He tried to call Ethan. Ethan refused.
Baby killers who are endangering their children. This should have been an extremely easy take to have.
I'm pretty satisfied with that because I feel like that's probably the sweet spot.
CPS and skulls and snark.
People can say both of those things.
You're all of a sudden want to act like you haven't seen most of the criticism about you. Like, I think you know that there's a little bit more than that. And also, what the fuck makes that the sweet spot? How are you enjoying that position? Well, I can now rest and I can now nest now that the entire internet thinks I'm not a good friend.
And he's doing just like the iDubbbz bit still. He's so unoriginal. He's got nothing. He's got nothing.
Brain route.
I don't know. There's some of that energy that I think people like recall from old iDubbbz videos, and they're like, you know, I want that old unhinged iDubbbz energy, that kind of shit. And I kind of get what they're saying, and I think a lot of it is just generally having passion.
Hold on, this might be positive. Did he actually listen to one of my critiques?
Yeah, I think it's a process, but I think this was a big step for me.
Oh, never mind. False alarm. Okay.
You know, to say fucking enough's enough, because I think it's important. You know, I think.
What? Like, what's his problem? That he's just not backing off of the video. Yeah, obviously iDubbbz thinks he's right.
Shit.
Oh, it's just like, well, I can't believe this guy thinks he's right. Yeah, it's what he thinks, you fucking idiot.
And I kind of get what they're saying, and I think a lot of it is just generally having passion.
Hold on, this might be positive. Did he actually listen to one of my critiques?
Yeah, I think it's a process, but I think this was a big step for me.
Oh, never mind. False alarm. Okay.
You know, to say fucking enough's enough, because I think it's important. You know, I think there's a lot more people who should be fucking, at least with Ethan specifically, like drawing a line.
Yeah, he says one of my critiques, as if Ian gives a fuck what Cameron said about him. He's probably been told he lacks passion in his new content by a fucking 100 million people at this point. Idiot.
Like, fuck no. Like, you're not gonna talk about me like that online.
Hold on. Isn't this exactly what Ethan did to Hassan and Denims and all these people trying to ruin his life? Like, didn't he draw the line when people were trying to call CPS on him and trying to ruin his life? I feel like that makes your entire video moot.
Because it's all also political. Everything's political. You have to acknowledge that element as well. I'm not gonna, you know.
No, not everything's political. If I say I shit in the woods for fun,
Wow.
that's not a political
wow. So true. Oh my God. So true. So true. That's exactly what that means. So true.
That's me being goofy. This, my good friends, is what I like to call political brain rot.
Oh, what you like to call political brain rot. This isn't stolen from a King of Nothing video.
If you're seeing reptoids and Martians at every given turn of
This is like...
We're here to talk about our woke liberal boxing event.
Today I'm going to be harshly judging and categorizing children's playground equipment using a political compass. So for instance, you have the talking tubes. That's a liberal piece of playground equipment. And then you got the jungle gym. The jungle gym, that's obviously libertarian. You have the freedom to climb to the top of it, but also the freedom to fracture your skull.
Literally.
And then you got the
Cameron is about to rip off this entire segment from Samir Muhammad's video.
That go back and forth on springs. Those are fascism.
Politics is great for your mental health, and the people that are heavily involved with politics tend to be some of the most sane, rational beings of our time.
Transphobic. Transphobic. Everyone is transphobic. Trans people are transphobic.
I love nothing more than fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity! Fucking current day Californian shit!
And our genius, mature friend over here, Ian, has recently decided to become more politically active. And yet again, this is in sharp contrast to the past when he was not a politically motivated person at all, despite what the history revisionists want to try and tell people.
I think you claim conservatism more than you actually were, though. Because, like, I'm looking at your old stuff, like, I'm looking at your content cops and stuff like that I watched in the past, like, outside of your free speech absolutist position, it didn't seem like you were, you know, any different than any other content creator on YouTube in that same era. As a matter of fact, you were probably like more towards the center or left than most content creators of that era.
I wasn't even a free speech absolutist. People misuse this term like fucking retards. Free speech absolutist does not mean you think the N-word is okay. It means you think everything is okay. Obviously, at no point would iDubbbz have thought that saying fire in a crowded building or whatever, any incitement to violence, these things are okay. That's not what any reasonable person thinks. No one is a free speech absolutist. Stupid fucking point.
You were shitting on most like right-wing content creators of that era. Maybe not like officially positioning yourself as that, but it did feel like, I mean, you were like beat Doug Star and Price Gov. Like, obviously these are apolitical people, but they're still like very heavily slanted to the right.
Are you autistic?
Everything I said about iDubbbz is true, you fucking idiot.
I think I'm on the spectrum.
Is this even the right one? He's got. I think he's got the same segment in both of his iDubbbz videos, and I can't remember which one I watched. No, it must have been that one. It's not in the segment.
I'm a totally different.
Ever since his wife Anissa decided
he's basically a fascist.
People like Ethan Klein and Deji follows the same political ideology as Hitler and Mussolini. However, because this is the community that Ian is intentionally trying to pander to now, he has no choice but to side with undeniable far-left extremists like Keffels that perpetuate this type of blatant misinformation and usage of buzzword ad hominem attacks instead of actually attacking the arguments at hand. But I think I know the real reason why Ian likes Keffels so much.
Because, like, I'm not a cuck. So first of all, I'm not a cuck tipster.
Okay.
But I have been in a relationship where I watched my partner have sex with another person. But I'm not a cuck. It's like I'm not in.
How you end up with incredible takes like this.
I let you don't want to hear about that.
I'm not gonna lie.
Just making me
I
feel
go to your
sick.
subreddit all the time for like a break from the insanity. It's like the only sane place on the internet. I swear to God.
That's the first time I've heard that.
Wow, that's
That's
a new one.
Dude, remember back in the day, guys, when we all laughed at how insane and retarded H3 subreddit was? But they were allowed to keep their subreddit. But then all those people that we thought were insane and retarded on their subreddit made a new subreddit, and all of a sudden that subreddit's bad.
Mention men and some women of the H3 subreddit. Stop referring to women as females. So there is a movement to request to men and all people to stop saying female as well.
It's like the only sane place on the internet. I swear to God.
Female doctors. Female doctors make on average 228,000 per year. Female clothing.
I swear to God.
Female clothing. She's a female rapper. That's okay. Still out there.
Dude, okay.
The Chick-fil-A girl.
And that was totally deserved, by the way.
Jesus Christ. They exist to serve me.
Who doesn't like the masks?
What, are you gonna get a virus through the speakers in the drive-thru? This is the same guy who made a whole video calling out anti-maskers, and that was totally deserved, by the way. I mean, just look at this guy. He's like 65 years old, and he almost snapped his knee in half because he didn't want to put on a mask.
Yeah, this is painful to watch. Anyway, you get the point. This is literally ripped from King of Nothing, who is already one of the most unoriginal content creators on the face of the fucking planet.
Anything, and you can't just enjoy something for it to be entertainment, then you're delusional. Not everything's fucking political. Is me playing Minecraft a statement on the socio-economic state of the world right now? You sound like Jaden Smith. You sound retarded.
Like, can we talk about like the political and economic state of the world right now?
You're fucking delusional, dude. And he's such a fucking...
So, like, you're just, like, filtering yourself if you spug out over Ian saying one time, like, obviously everything's political. It's clear that the point he's making there is that you can't go and produce content without having some kind of political effect or outlook.
Idiot. Now, before we continue with this interview, I must remind you guys of a point I made.
Like, right now, Cameron thinks he's being apolitical, but this is just being useful idiot for whatever seems based at the time. That's all you're doing when you claim to be apolitical is just you're admitting to being a useful idiot. You don't have any like grounding belief that's guiding you to make a decision. You're simply allowing other people to fill that in for you. Apparently, a DGG drove 40 minutes to attend Destiny's court hearing in person, took extensive notes from the hearing, which is discussing on stream now.
About Noah in my last video. Noah's ultimate conclusion is that all of these creators back genocide because they criticize Hassan, which takes a lot of fucking hoops to draw that conclusion. And after watching this dog shit video, I completely understand why Ethan Klein and Mudahar want to sue. I won't get into my opinions on if they should or shouldn't sue, but let's just say I won't exactly feel...
No, I didn't watch the whole of this video. This is so pathetic. This is a pathetic way to behave. If you in any way care about free speech, you should be able to stake a position on whether a defamation suit is legit or not. Whether you think it's the sort of thing that should be hashed out. Whether you think it's an opinion or a fact. You, if you give a fuck in any way, have any principle relating to free speech, you need to be able to engage with that. Otherwise, you are a pathetic rat. Doing this bullshit. Oh, I don't know if I want to say anything about that. Rat. You are a pathetic rat.
Sad if this scares the shit out of Noah Samsen for years, fearing generational debt. You shouldn't feel confident to slander people. Now, Noah is no stranger to slandering people. For example, he called the commentary streamer Chud Logic a pedophile baselessly, and then was later forced to apologize for
No one
it.
cares.
And he's apparently still being sued by Ethan Klein and Mudahar for the slander that took place in his YouTubers Who Backed a Genocide video. And overall, outside of his orbit, he's just known for being an extremely malicious individual. So you could probably imagine my surprise when I saw this.
I wanted to bring up, I don't know if you saw the guy who made the content cop about you right after the...
Sorry, like Noah Samsen, one of 500 million people who have called Chud Logic a pedophile. No one cares. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. At some point, yes, it's bad. What do you want me to say? He said it. Many other people have said it. It's not the end of the fucking world, okay? It's bad. You shouldn't call him a pedophile. It's not a pedophile situation. Same with Cameron. You shouldn't call Cameron a pedophile. It's not a pedophile situation. But who cares? It's like a fuck it. You get called. Everyone gets called a pedophile online, man. I'm not gonna lie. Unless they're like substantively making up allegations or something. I have like very little care for you're categorizing this allegation wrong, right? Because that's what's happening there.
The H3 content cop was outed.
You called me a pedophile in a tweet one time. Like, who cares, man?
Yeah, that came across my feed.
Was outed as a child rapist.
Oh, Noah. You could have researched this first. You're the one who brought it up, dude. There's no plausible deniability here. The funny part about this is that he likely knows that he was mentioned in my video, meaning he probably saw the critiques I made of him slandering people. So in response, he does the exact same thing to me. Now, I could go on and on about all these layers of irony.
Yeah, literally, Card Posting literally has a video of calling me a nonce right now, okay? So...
Like how Noah and Hassan have no problem parroting these false allegations against me based on an out-of-context phone call, yet constantly deny actual rapes when it has to do with the conflict between Israel-Palestine when their side is the one at fault for them. Instead of that,
he's wrong.
Let me do Noah a favor. Hey Noah, nice hair. Let me be very clear. I did not rape or sexually assault anyone. For context, this all goes back to a short fling I had over a year and a half ago with someone 2.5 years younger than me. After a falling out, she DM'd several people and falsely accused me of sexual assault without any proof.
I'm really open and honest about what
So let's just remember, without any proof, of course we can't have 100% proof. Of course, it would be ridiculous to say there's 100% proof, except if you're being physically abusive, which we do have 100% proof of. Whoops. 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 You good? Where's my... Oh, do I just not have it anymore? I guess I just don't have it up anymore. I thought I would still have the... I'm retarded. Oh, I don't have a physical abuse clip. I played it earlier, okay? We remember that. There's 100% proof of that, okay? Professional streamer, I know. I was intending to keep that clip up for the whole segment, but I guess I
programmed Matt.
It's okay, though, because we've got the other thing. It's fine, it's fine. Let's play the voice clips of Cameron talking to Jelly about the incidents, and the voice clip of the flashing thing. Let's listen to those again.
He said that you did nothing wrong?
Well, in a legal standpoint.
From a legal standpoint, I was saying no, and I was scared, and that I didn't want to.
No, just in the sense of us having sex, and that can be argued because once I heard you say stop, I put you down. You were being nonverbal.
I don't think I was.
I'm telling you. Maybe I wasn't hearing correctly, but I'm telling you that I did not hear the word stop, and until I did, I put you down. And I felt awful because you were like, once you like started like squirming a bit, I felt like
squirming? You're gonna call it squirming? I was hitting you.
Were you?
Were you?
What the fuck? Oh my god.
Easy stuff to forget.
I'm sorry, I didn't. I don't know. Obviously I wasn't intending to do something bad to you. And I feel bad about it. But that's between us, and that's not going to be public.
What about how I spent like 5 minutes telling you that I didn't want to kiss you, and then you wouldn't let me go?
Haven't we already been over this? Like, you know, I feel horrible about that, and it was only because I wanted to spend more time with you. I wasn't trying to force you to do something.
But you can't just act like you didn't do anything wrong.
So, my understanding is, and I don't know how confirmed any stuff is, my understanding is, for this, story about the kissing in the car, Dickers has actually been sent some kind of like location data that's meant to corroborate that later on when Cameron says, oh, we were just like 10 minutes from our house, that was actually untrue. She's got, this Jelly Girl has been sharing like literally screenshots of her Google location history to show that parts of the story are either not accurate, more accurate in her version, or that he's lying about certain aspects. That's the level we're at right now.
Like he said, I didn't do anything wrong in the sense of like anything illegal, and you know, in regards to the idea of us having sex, and that's all I was talking about. Not that between. That's why I said obviously between us. I know I made mistakes, and I feel horrible for them because I broke a boundary that I didn't realize I was breaking, and I feel awful.
You didn't realize you were breaking it? Me telling you that I didn't want to and that I was scared and not to grab me. That...
See,
okay.
if you were like... Hold on, wait, hold on. Like, obviously, like, after the fact, once I put you down, like, I realized what was happening. Like, there's a reason I put you down.
Because I was hitting you.
You might have been. I personally don't remember that, but you might have been. I'm
Might
not gonna
have?
rule it out.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm genuine when I say I do not remember that.
So that's the first one. Then we have something else that he denied for a long time, which is the idea that he flashed this girl on Discord. Now, people have seen the photo, the screenshot of this flashing, and I've had it described to me as being about as close to sending a dick pic as you can do without being totally naked. So basically, he was erect and pressing his erect cock against his boxers and showing it on camera.
What do you mean, tell you the truth?
That you flashed her?
That's the claim. That's the claim.
It's not what... It's not what the fuck happened. It's not what the fuck happened.
Okay, what happened then?
Showed her my underwear. It was funny. She was asking about it. It wasn't like that, and I'm fucking tired of it. It wasn't like that. It wasn't fucking like that. I was trying to clear that up, and it wasn't the pressure. I was just trying to fucking clear that up, and I'm sorry. I shouldn't have asked about it. The only reason I asked about it is because of the conversation we had earlier. I just wanted to clear it up. I'm sorry. I didn't want you thinking weird shit about me because it's not fucking true. It's not who the fuck I am. Specifically fucking avoided that shit because of that fucking reason. I didn't fucking like her like that. And I'm tired of fucking people saying that shit because it's not fucking true. Sorry. Just don't. I'm so tired of it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I won't bring it up again. Okay?
It's very content cop behavior here. Very content cop.
Done. I lied about you in private. I did, but I wasn't trying.
So, okay, do you hear that? This is crazy.
Falsely accused me of sexual assault without any proof.
I'm really open and honest about what I've done. I lied about you in private. I did, but I.
So, I don't even know what that is. We haven't looked through all of these calls yet. I think some of them have been released. I heard someone say there's at least one missing. I heard someone say that, so I haven't actually checked everything for myself. Morale, I believe, has gone over a lot of it. I haven't actually looked into any of it yet. Thank you for the $4.99, Jimberly. Huge appreciated. But it's a, 3-second clip of her saying she lied about something in private. There's, no context whatsoever or what the claim is that she lied about.
Several people and falsely accused me of sexual assault without any proof.
I'm really open and honest about what I've done. I lied about you in private. I did, but I wasn't trying to imply that, you assaulted me.
Then, in an apparent attempt to fabricate evidence, she called me and started recording mid-conversation talking about a consensual hookup. She then suddenly shifted the topic to an awkward hug that we had, where I picked her up. This had made her uncomfortable because she had past trauma related to being picked up. Of course, while talking, she deliberately left out the context of the hug to make it sound like an awkward sexual encounter, essentially twisting two completely unrelated moments together to make it seem like I admitted to something that I never did.
I didn't know you didn't like being picked up. I put you down. It's not sexual.
I had a Spurg freak out, and they're acting.
So this is one from his old response video that proves nothing.
Like I had a rash.
Yeah, it's just so crazy.
Yeah, I didn't know that picking you up was going to trigger your PTSD. I didn't know that. You didn't tell me that, and you said that, and we've talked about it, and I still feel awful about it.
Yeah, we talked. It's none of their fucking business.
It had nothing to do with sex. And after her little self-admitted manic episode, she publicly expressed...
It's like these tightly clipped audio clips where you just have no idea what's happening, bro.
multiple times that I never sexually assaulted her. Have I ever sexually assaulted you, or hurt you, or raped you, or done anything nefarious to you?
No.
And then this is one where Jelly claims this is after like the first or second meeting. They hadn't even done anything sexual at this point. Apparently he's totally capping about how many times they met too. He was like saying it was like 2 times. It's actually like 4. It's like, dude, there's so much weird shit going on here, and he just snipes these little quotes. He's trying to be like, "Oh, I'm innocent, I'm innocent." It's like, dude, you are so far from innocent right now, okay? I wouldn't say guilty, but innocent. You're smoking crack.
But I bet I know which subreddit is claiming those things.
That her allegations only came from a manic episode and tried to deflect everything else because of that. That pissed me off more than anything he said about me.
It did come from a manic episode. That was my words, not yours.
Exactly. You said it, not me.
I confessed to you that I thought I might have BPD because of it. Like, I'm coming to these conclusions myself. You're not just pulling stuff out of your ass to make yourself look better. I'm the one who came to you and told you that.
I have long since distanced myself from this person, obviously. Not only were these accusations disproven over a year and a half ago.
Dude, they weren't fucking disproven. Oh my god.
Even the person who made
Oh wait, I don't think he did distance himself. I thought they stayed in contact for like ages, no? They were still in contact when he called into Diesel's stream that one time.
I'm coming to these conclusions myself. You're not just pulling stuff out of your ass to make yourself look better.
Dude, this is so dishonest. It's crazy.
I have long since distanced myself from this person, obviously. Not only were these accusations disproven over a year and a half ago, even the person who made the dogshit video resurfacing these allegations has stated publicly on multiple occasions that this girl is a pathological liar, that he doesn't think I sexually assaulted anyone, and doesn't think I'm some sort of predator.
I have never sexually assaulted anyone, which is true. I don't believe he did.
So, where's the Diesel tweet? Where's the Diesel tweet? We had the Diesel tweet somewhere around here.
So this weekend...
No, not Giselle Ducati again. Here it is. I've got it. So, Diesel saying, Cameron is using clips of me as a vouch. To be clear, I hate him, and neither do I want clips of me to be his support. He's a liar. If Cameron told me he was not the second shooter on the grass knoll, I assume he's grassy knoll, I'd start singing from the rooftops that we got the wrong guy who killed JFK. So that's Diesel's statement on Cameron using these clips when Cameron was totally bullshitting to this guy to support his narrative.
Has done that in the past, and I would not instantly take her word for anything, right? Which is why I don't think Cameron is some sexual predator, rapist, pedophile.
Noah, this information was public and available long before your stream. What you have done is textbook defamation, and you did it on a much larger platform, ignoring the public
textbook defamation, bro.
Available facts. That's illegal. If you have any integrity as a content creator, which I don't think you do, you will make a public retraction and an apology. And while I would love for you to do that, I have a feeling you won't. Which means Ethan and I have a lot to talk about, given that I have legal options to explore if you can't make this right. Now, Noah, I will give you 14 days from the release of this video to issue a public retraction and apology. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, just an honest apology for your slander now that you've seen the correct information. Now, if you don't do that, I have a plan B. Hello, Ethan Klein. If you're watching this or someone that you know is watching this, please direct them to this. Please feel free to reach out to me on Instagram. I am more than willing to join your case if Noah doesn't make things right. To close this little segment off, I'll parrot what I said in my original video. You shouldn't...
Ethan Klein, please help me. Ethan Klein, this man is slandering me. Please get me on a cringe lawsuit. Please get me involved in a cringe free speech chilling lawsuit.
Feel confident to slander people. You should.
Actually, pathetic. Remember, old content cop. All of it's okay, or none of it's okay. New content cop. Ethan Klein, please help me sue this guy who's making fun of me.
Feel scared at what might happen to you if you choose to spread malicious libel against someone.
Didn't you make music for that anime game?
Was she like 2.5 years younger than you?
Did you give a girl a non-consensual hug, you fucking freak?
Hey, you keep that up and I'll make a
Legit not what anyone's saying.
video about you.
Yeah, I gotta sort of...
Dude, he's so desperate. Apparently he's been signaling to this. He's going to make a video on, like, Aiden Dicker's meme, apparently, allegedly. It would be incredibly funny. It would be so funny when he has provably lied so many times and torched any goodwill. Please make your allegations the focus of your career. Please. Please.
little abridged description of it from Anissa.
Hey, Anissa.
I don't know. It is what it is. I try to not give it too much attention, you know?
Yeah.
What the hell? How dare you both? Are you guys trying to sabotage my charity video?
Thank you for 279.
Disgraceful. How dare you attack charity? No need to give it attention, Ian. I'm sure you're fully aware of all the criticism I sent your way and are fully prepared to lampoon all my arguments if need be.
Yeah, sure.
But I think he was raising money on his video, so that's, you know, that's a good thing.
For
like cancer or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good.
Well, I don't want your approval. You can shove your kudos up your jama because I just made a 90-minute video criticizing you. And instead of acknowledging any of my criticism, you sit there uncritically while your retard friends
Bro, did he even watch it? Did he say he watched it?
Fully prepared to lampoon all my arguments if need be.
Yeah, sure.
But I think he was raising money on his
Hey, Anissa.
Hey, game.
Was she like 2.5 years younger than you?
Did you give a girl a non-consensual hug, you fucking freak?
Hey, you keep that up and I'll make a video about you.
Yeah, I got a sort of little abridged description of it from Anissa.
Hey, Anissa.
Okay, so
it is what it is.
So I guess Anissa said she watched
I
it.
did not give it too much attention, you know?
Yeah.
What the hell? How dare you both? Are you guys trying to sabotage my charity video? Disgraceful. How dare you attack charity? No need to give it attention, Ian. I'm sure you're fully aware of all the criticism I sent your way and are fully prepared to lampoon all my arguments if need be.
Yeah,
Why would he respond to you? Why? Why would he respond to a video that is just a collection of all the Reddit comments that have been about him in the last couple of years? Like, he's heard literally everything in that video 100 times before. It's the most unoriginal, vapid dog shit ever put out.
But I think he was raising money on his video, so that's, you know, that's a good thing.
For
like cancer.
Like, it's just totally bemused, unimpressed, and this is what you're responding to. Your epic dunk is on Noah and Ian looking like kind of bemused and unimpressed about the video.
Something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good.
Well, I don't want your approval. You can shove your kudos up your jama because I just made a 90-minute video criticizing you. And instead of acknowledging any of my criticism, you sit there uncritically while your retard friend slanders me. Why the fuck do you think I want any of your kudos
Seething.
after that?
Seething.
Oh, Ian.
Seething.
How times have changed since VidCon 2019. What a different time that was.
There are a lot.
Dude.
Since VidCon 2019.
I did not like the interactions that I had with fans. There were quite a few human beings that I interacted with that just sucked because I attracted a lot of people who sucked. Some people were very much like antisocial, weird basement dwellers. You know, the one time a month that they come out of their cave and they run into me, their favorite YouTuber.
And what would they say? What would they do?
Things that I am certainly not going to repeat. I'm talking bad words.
This hits.
Words that
this
we
hits.
only say by describing the first letter?
Yeah, exactly. Man, what a powerful way of putting it. I did not like the interaction.
I did not like all these antisocial, weird fucking freaks that came up to me.
2019. What a different
You did this,
time that
Cameron.
was.
You did this, Cameron.
There are a lot of things to, like, mock him about, bring up, make him look stupid, all this sort of shit. Like, the fucking tattoos are insane.
I have no clue how Ian feels comfortable at all criticizing anyone's tattoos. It's
Well, I mean, because Ian's and Anissa's, well, you can say they look like kids' tattoos. They're nowhere near as bad as Ethan's healer tattoo. I'm sorry. They're absolutely correct about that. The healer tattoo is fucking atrocious. It's so bad. You haven't seen the healer tattoo? Dude, Ethan has this permanently. This is on Ethan's body forever. I'm sorry, you are sweeping. You are compromised if you can't admit that this tattoo is worse than any of Ian and Nissa's. You are completely compromised if you can't admit this. This is like the baseline. This is the baseline. Look, okay, I'll admit it. Ethan's tattoo is really, really bad. That's the baseline. Otherwise, you're compromised. Totally.
Gotta be some cry bullying, you know, bullying based on his own insecurities, kind of like what he criticized Leafy for, but maybe he forgot all that. Maybe that was knocked right out of his head by Dr. fucking Mike or something. Fucking pathetic moron.
He's trying to do all of these, like, he's trying to appeal to, like, incels on the internet and shit.
What does your wife do, dude? She does fucking OnlyFans. Her job is to appeal to little incel gooners, dude. Ethan criticizing you somehow appeals to incels because for most of your life, you were a fucking incel and you didn't get your dick wet until you were 27. Yes, when you spend most of your life a fucking virgin, people are gonna make fun of you for it. Sure, it's childish or whatever, but it's gonna happen.
And I'm like, oh, like, that's what the fight is? Like, I didn't even realize we were at that level. So, I don't know. I think I went in expecting something, like, a little bit more... A gentleman's game. You know?
Yeah.
Buddy, this is fucking YouTube drama. This is a shit-flinging match. You act extremely arrogant. You're not running for fucking president. This is a YouTube drama. What the fuck did you expect?
He's being arrogant because he's not responding to Cameron, I guess. I don't. What is he even saying? Is Idol's acting arrogant here?
You've never experienced YouTube drama before. You act like this is something new to you. Dude, you've been dealing with it for 7 years, and you were perpetuating it for most of that time. Stop putting yourself on a fucking pedestal, dude. It's so pathetic.
But he thought he had specific shared values with Ethan. Ethan was on the lefty ship for the last 4 years, saying that content was bad too. He had Ian on his podcast and shit. Like they were saying how amazing Creator Clash was on H3. Like, yeah, Ian saying he was surprised that that's how Ethan took it. That's the way Ethan decided to go with the drama, is into the complete shit flinging. Because Ian held back in the first video quite a significant amount.
One last question. Did you send the skulls? What is your opinion on the skulls, and did you send them?
I didn't send the skulls. I don't know. I thought the skulls thing was kind of humorous to hear that.
Dude, no way. He's about to, dude. He's about to virtue signal like fucking crazy. He's gonna go. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. This is gonna be so cringe.
Especially when I heard that they were like from skulls.com or some shit like that. That made it funny.
Yeah. Just a death threat to a father, a family.
So he finally acknowledges the human skulls. And instead of disavowing this unprecedented harassment on YouTube,
unprecedented
because,
harassment.
I don't know, they just weren't fucking freshly chopped off heads? What the fuck even is this shit anymore, dude? This retarded, safe, edgy shit. Like, stop fucking...
Dude, what? Unprecedented, safe, edgy. It's not safe, edgy when the way in which you're being edgy is attracting the attention of the ADL, a massive deplatforming campaign, potentially the Trump administration. When you're being edgy in that way, when you're bringing on Houthi fucking... well, sorry, he's not even a Houthi as far as I know. I haven't had that proven to me. But a Houthi aligned, someone believed him to be a Houthi at the time. Guys, that's not safe edgy anymore. I'm sorry, that stops being safe edgy at that point. I would be absolutely there calling Hassan safe edgy for talking shit on the Queen's death and stuff like that. That's safe edgy. Like, everyone can say whatever the fuck they want about the royal family, obviously. Literally no one's gonna give a fuck if you say that. But safe edgy is not when you are risking fucking detention at the border and getting deplatformed. That's not safe edgy. That's explicitly not safe edgy. It can't be at that point. This is what I mean. These retards, these fucking idiots with their just like blinders on, make Hassan the free speech guy. They turn Hassan into the guy you have to rally around if you believe in free speech, because he becomes the you know, he's the first they came for. First they came for Hassan. And you don't want to be the person saying nothing. You've put him in that position now. That's where we're at.
Pretending to be an empath while saying shit like that.
Was it a death threat?
I'm just kidding. Yeah, no.
Was it a death threat? It absolutely was a death threat. Are you...
Guys, we need Skulls mentioned. Skulls mentioned.
Joking? How else will you interpret that? To me, that's someone saying, hey, these two human skulls, these are you two if you keep this shit up. Maybe that's just fucking me. I don't know what the hell you're supposed to interpret from that. What the fuck is wrong with you? Fucking piece of shit. There isn't much else to say about this interview. It's just riddled with repeatedly bad arguments and not much informed to do with responding to critiques to Ian's content. Well, other than this.
What? I think the
But it was just him chatting with Noah on a fucking charity fundraiser. It wasn't him making a response to your video, retard.
in defense from the other side would be something along the lines of like, don't use charity as a shield. But I think they completely missed the point that it's like, it's not a shield. It's just like, hurt me as much as you want. You know, it's basically saying like, you do not have a case.
Stop the cap. A perfect segue into our next topic, Creator Clash. So as I mentioned earlier, shortly after my content cop, Anissa's husband made an appearance on Hassan's Piker. So as I mentioned earlier, Anissa's husband made an appearance on Hassan Piker's stream where Hassan was watching Ethan's content nuke while raising money for charity. Sounds innocent enough, until you realize that this charity is linked to Creator Clash's Tiltify. I was so close to calling it. The only possible way this event is saved is if Hassan uses a socialist grift money, but even then, no one's gonna fucking show up. But I was wrong when I said Hassan was gonna use the socialist grift money. Of course he wouldn't. He's the worst fucking socialist ever. So now anybody who goes to the Creator Clash 3 Tiltify...
How would it be... Sorry, explain to me where the socialism would be in Hassan bankrolling Creator Clash. What's the socialism there? What? Just say shit. Socialism is when you spend money, guys. Socialism is when you spend money. That's socialism. You spend money, that's socialism. It's just like, so what are we doing here? This is so like, yeah, exactly. He's giving out money. He's giving out money, which means it's welfare, which means it's socialism. He's giving out money. That means it's welfare. That means it's socialism. Hassan, why aren't you doing socialism by bankrolling Creator Clash 3? Dude, this guy is so retarded.
Anissa's husband made an appearance on Hassan Piker's stream where Hassan was watching Ethan's content nuke while raising money for charity. Sounds innocent enough, until you realize that this charity is linked to Creator Clash's Tiltify. I was so close to calling it. The only possible way this event is saved is if Hassan uses a socialist grift money, but even then, no one's gonna fucking show up. But I was wrong when I said Hassan was gonna use the socialist grift money. Of course he wouldn't. He's the worst fucking socialist ever. So now anybody who goes to the Creator Clash 3 Tiltify, oh wow, it looks like they've raised a ton of money. Fuck no, it was Hassan's stream. Look at this. Like the overwhelming majority of this money is from Hassan's charity stream. Like,
okay.
Comparison iDubbbz raised jack shit. Now since Anissa and husband stepped
okay.
down, much has taken place.
What?
2 more fighters have dropped out, Freddie Wong and LA Beast, meaning the event has no main card fight and 2 other fighters without opponents. The event was delayed and moved from Tampa to LA, and fighters have continued to voice concerns, mainly blaming these issues on Ian and Anissa, rightfully so. While I still won't be supporting this event and still feel like you should donate directly to charity, or donate to me if you want to waste your money, by that I mean don't fucking support this sinking ship, I will give credit to the new owners for transparency, as it has caused Ian to face one of my critiques head on. Before I get directly into that, I'm going to clarify Creator Clash 3's business model, since the new owners have made it a lot more obvious and transparent. This year, the event is explicitly a for-profit event, and the only charity aspect is a separate Tiltify donation campaign. Kind of completely defeats the purpose of the event, but I digress. Please stop calling me gay. In the previous 2...
What? It doesn't... Okay, no, it doesn't defeat the purpose of the event. I believe the point of having a separate thing is to make sure that money goes to charity no matter what. So that even if the event loses money, they still send money to charity because the charity money is in a separate pot. That's the point. Because they lost money last year and that meant nothing went to charity. So this year they wanted a way of doing it where money would go to charity regardless of the performance of the event. Okay.
to events, any surplus of money from running the event went directly to charity after any expenses were paid. I had assumed the same thing was going to be happening this year, and the Tiltify was only just added as a shield in case things went wrong again, but I was incorrect. But you can't really call this a charity event anymore. And I do still think that giving a cut of that surplus money to charity would be better, but that doesn't matter. What does matter is that I was absolutely right about Ian and Anissa taking a profit thanks to these new owners showing the accounting. Ian then had to make some half-assed apology to Reddit for not being transparent enough. And all I can say to that is this: hey dumbass, we told you this last time, you still weren't transparent enough this time, and now you're getting criticized for it. Dipshit. Fucking read. Now I gotta say, and I can't believe the new owners for this.
What did you say?
What does matter is that I was absolutely right about Ian and Anissa taking a profit thanks to these new owners showing the accounting. Ian then had to make some half-assed apology to Reddit for not being transparent.
Communication wasn't clear. Looking back on my video and current reactions, obvious it was too vague. It remains true that I earned a fighter purse for Creator Clash 1 along with other fighters. We did not profit at all from Creator Clash 2 after Creator Clash 2 failed to raise any money for charity. We knew it was time for a different business model. We restructured so that funds for our charity partner would be raised on Tiltify, separate and apart from the actual event. We then decided that this year we would take a profit share from the for-profit side of the event, should the for-profit side of the event succeed. Okay. What's the problem? I don't get it. What's the criticism here? Are they just mad that they weren't being told that they were getting the exact amount of the profits that Ian and Anissa were getting? Because I'm pretty sure it was always clear. This is what I understood the Creator Clash 3 set up to be the whole time, was there is a separate pot for the event. That's the event. They're trying to make money, obviously. It's a business. They are running it as a business. That's true. But it's a charity event, quote unquote. So they had the business side, which is like the event, and then they have this charity pot that they were raising money in to make sure that money went to charity so they didn't end up the same way as last year, where the profit and the charity are in the same pot, and if the event doesn't make any money, the charities get nothing. That makes, like, total sense. I don't really understand what the criticism is here. If anyone can, like, stillman this to me and explain this one to me, I'm open to it.
Does matter is that I was absolutely right about Ian and Anissa taking a profit thanks to these new owners showing the accounting. Ian then had to make some half-assed apology to Reddit for not being transparent enough. And all I can say to that is this: hey dumbass, we told you this last time, you still weren't transparent enough this time, and now you're getting criticized for it. Dipshit. Fucking read. Now I gotta say, and I can't believe the new—
They say no money, but they do money, that's it. But did they say no money? Did they say about Creator Clash 3 they were going to make nothing off of it? Did they ever say that? Or did they just say it's a charity event? It can still be a charity event that people make money off of. That is very common with charity events, in fact. Like it's incredibly common.
New owners for this, but this whole business model feels extremely scammy. Creator Clash was always advertised as a charity event. In Creator Clash 1, Ian got paid. We didn't know that. In Creator Clash 2, they didn't get paid because they lost money.
Well, I mean, this isn't a stillman, Puffy Opie. The stillman is that people expect all charities to be non-profit. Therefore, when you say charity, people expect you to make nothing. This isn't like a stillman, though. This is like just saying these people are fucking retarded. They hear charity and their brain shuts off.
But in Creator Clash 3, they were going to take 34%, and none of the money made from the event went to charity. It's only this Tiltify. That feels pretty scammy, in my opinion. If it was more explicit...
Well, how is this not explicit? I thought this was been my understanding of it, is that there was the Tiltify and then the event, and the event, the tickets don't actually make money to charity, because that failed horrendously last year. Okay.
Stated by Ian and Anissa like it has been by these new owners, maybe I wouldn't be feeling like this is some sort of fucking scam. It's extremely deceptive and misleading to your audience. Even when trying to escape criticism, the spineless cuck and the snake get shown for what they are yet again. Let's see how they feel now that the event is out of their hands.
I'm the happiest I've ever been. I know people are like...
Cope.
Cope. But I truly am genuinely the happiest I've ever been.
Let's see if I can do this and, you know, run the event as well.
Mm-hmm.
And
We did for a period, but
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's in better hands.
yeah, it's definitely in better hands. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's definitely in better hands. That's disingenuous. I don't think it's definitely in better hands.
You gotta love how Anissa is so unwilling to engage with her mistakes that she inadvertently.
It's not. But wait, what? She's saying she doesn't want to say it's definitely in better hands because that's signing on something that she doesn't necessarily like. She can't tell if it goes completely wrong. She doesn't want to be, you know, wrong on that. But she thinks it's in more capable hands. That's what she's trying to say, very obviously.
Inadvertently attacks the new owners of the event by implying that they are incapable of handling the event. What a fucking...
No, that's not what she said at all.
Bitch. Before we go on to our final...
Wait, he's literally cut off the end of that clip. Wait, who has the full version of that clip? She literally clarifies, she carries on the moment after that ends. Dude, where is the full version of that? Bro. Let me have a look for this. Let me see if I can find this. I did see it at some point. It was in Chud's Discord at one point. We have to scroll through. Give me a moment. One moment. Let's play the waiting music. I'm looking for it desperately. I saw it in Chud's Discord a while ago. Oh.
Then we got Oz Cobb, friend of the channel.
It's
we did genuinely step away. Like, I think there's people that are like, it's a lie. No, we did. We have no control over anything anymore, to the point where I'm like texting people like, what the fuck is going on? And they're like, you gotta trust us. Like, that's like the level of interaction.
Yeah, I'm stoked. It is, I don't know, feels like a little bit of a weight has been lifted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's I think it's going to be a new chapter for us, which I'm excited about.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of content creation and a lot.
Oh wait, so at the very beginning.
That's disingenuous.
I think it's in better hands.
Yeah, it's definitely in better hands. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's definitely in better hands. That's disingenuous. I don't think it's definitely in better hands. I think it's in capable hands.
That's a good way of putting it.
We did genuinely step away. Like,
So there you go. I think it's definitely. I don't think it's definitely in better hands. Obviously, you can't know that until the event happens. But it's in capable hands. I think it's gonna work. And he cuts off what she says after definitely in better hands. So do you catch this? Right? This is what he plays.
I'm not gonna say it's definitely in better hands. That's disingenuous. I don't think it's definitely in better hands.
You gotta love.
And doesn't play the next line.
It's in capable hands. That's disingenuous. I don't think it's definitely in better hands. I think it's in capable hands.
That's a good way of putting it.
It's like so dishonest the way he's clipped that. Absolutely so pathetic and dishonest. And because he is a disgusting subhuman rat, he thinks that he can get away with this because these people are hated and he can push through any claim. It is some of the most subhuman behavior. Seriously.
How Anissa is so unwilling to engage with her mistakes that she inadvertently attacks the new owners of the event by implying that they are incapable of handling the event. What a fucking dumb bitch. Before we go on to our...
So, what did you hear what he said about it then?
In better hands.
You gotta love how Anissa is so unwilling to engage with her mistakes that she inadvertently attacks the new owners of the event by implying that they are incapable of handling the event. What a...
Implying they're incapable of handling the event. What does she say?
I think it's in better hands.
Yeah, it's definitely in better hands. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's definitely in better hands. That's disingenuous. I don't think it's definitely in better hands. I think it's in capable hands.
That's a good way of putting it.
So unwilling to engage with her mistakes that she inadvertently attacks the new owners of the event by implying that they are incapable of handling the event. What a fucking dumb bitch.
What a rat. Disgusting. Spotty rat. Dude.
Before we go on to our final topic, I'd like to correct a part of my content.
Wash your fucking face.
I misspoke. Funnily enough, it has absolutely nothing to do with Ian, though. There's been very few people to actually leave H3's crew. Only one is left on bad terms. Hell, Dan's been there for like 7 years, if not more. So no actual crew members ever left on bad terms. That was a misspeak on my part. I was trying to refer to Ethan's old housekeeper who was suing him, but as of now, I don't think that's gone anywhere, so yeah, there's that. To wrap up this video, I'm gonna give Ian some clarity on something he really doesn't seem to understand. Ian, nobody really cares that you wanted to change up your content. Sure, for some of us that liked your old content, it was kind of a bummer. But the problem actually arose through your extreme overcorrection and making your entire public personality about not being your old self. You're very bad at responding to criticism, and not all of us get it right the first time. Sometimes you gotta mature and be more level-headed and let time pass and learn from your mistakes. You can make mistakes and grow from them.
This is so gay.
That's fine.
The most embarrassing cringe concern trolling. Speaking of which,
and even if you don't resonate with it anymore, don't shit on people who enjoyed your old content. You come off as disingenuous and extremely fucking annoying. Now, I've made my own mistakes in the past, and I won't pretend to be some fucking moral peach, okay? I just want to entertain people. Dude. But I can confidently say that you've proven to be a malicious piece of shit.
Then what are you?
An even bigger fucking snake.
Then what are you?
Backstabbed your friends, lied to the public about your charity event, and managed to mishandle every fucking thing that you touch over the past several years, while doing everything you can to suck up to people whose purity tests you immediately fail is extremely fucking pathetic. And so, goodbye, Deputy Washburn. At one point in time, you would have been missed. Or maybe I'm just fucking retarded. But that's gonna do it for today's content, Deputy. For those unaware, I have confirmed that I will be doing more of these content cops in the future. So leave all your suggestions of the people that you love to hate in the comments below. Also, be sure to follow me on Twitter and all the other shit.
What was that?
Retarded. But that's gonna do it for today's content, Deputy. For those unaware, I have confirmed that I will be doing more of these content cops in the future. So leave.
So he said it again there. He said it again there. Nick was literally saying, I'm about to eat shit earlier than expected, and he's reaffirming this in the video.
Or maybe I'm just fucking retarded. But that's gonna do it for today's content, Deputy. For those unaware, I have confirmed that I will be doing more of these content cops in the future. So leave all your suggestions of the people that you love to hate in the comments below. Also, be sure to follow me on Twitter.
Sorry, it's just a parody. Sorry, it's just a parody.
You have a Discord or something. I don't know. I'll leave you with the conclusion to the Grifter Saga. Enjoy.
Where's the Hassan content cop, Cameron?
Where's the Hassan Piker content comp?
I want to see Hassan's Piker, bro. See the Hassan Piker. Come on, where's the content cop at, bro? Where's the video on Hassan Abi, bro?
It's like so not funny.
He's a weirdo. And I want a content cop on Hassan Abi. He's a weirdo. He's a freak.
Does he ever wash his hair?
No, no. Come on, I want a video.
She looks greasy as hell. Dude, shit looks greasy as hell. Thank you for the 50 sec. Jenny Vifwen, I think. Thank you. Huge appreciate for 50 sec. I think Vifwen? I can't tell. I think I fuck that up every time. Thank you for the $5 Spencer. No, he hasn't watched this one yet. He hasn't watched this one yet. Well, on that note, guys, should we watch the new iDubbbz video? Cool Mrow. Why is Queen Bee telling me to call you?
Hi. So I did some digging. Official Mrow agents also did digging. Tony, he lied about the police report on Krexa.
Who? Cameron lied about the police report on Krexa.
Cameron lied about the police report. So go ahead. Tell me when you've watched this clip. I can stream it for you if it doesn't work. Go to 54 minutes. Tell me when. So what you're looking for is Cameron showing the police report. All the doc stuff censored. Don't worry. He shows the police report, and then he says, I found out because of this police report that Krexa has a history of violence.
Whole time.
You're looking for that.
And
Tell me when
those
that's
were the
played for
people
you.
asking me to locate her, which is true. At that time, I was on the phone with a mental health hotline. When she was running around, I was told to make sure that she didn't hurt herself. She acted like I was charging at her at the time in her document, when in reality, I was walking over and just trying to figure out what to do. I was trying to follow the instructions that were given to me. I was able to get the police report for this. I let the officer...
Okay, so he shows the police report on the screen. What about
given
it?
to me.
Did you get to the part where he says,
for this,
Krexa has a history of violence?
I let the officer know everything that started it.
He should show the
from
police
the
report
get-go.
twice, and then he
How
says
she moved in,
has a history of violence.
the choking incident. He told me to record everything to cover my bases and to get her out as soon as possible for the safety of everyone there, which doesn't align with what she has said, but does align with the police report. As it turns out, she has a violent record.
She has a violent record, he says.
Yeah. So what he shows, I've sent you my censored version. If you notice, basically on his, the entire top portion of that line of text is censored. He did that maliciously. You could see the green is the location they went to, so obviously I'm censoring that. The yellow
is there something
actually...
on your YouTube right now?
I sent you a picture.
I don't see the picture on DMs.
Did I not send it to you? Oh fuck, I didn't. Sorry. Here. There you go. Apologies. So the green is the location. The yellow is the name of his roommate, and then black male, 87. So this is a black male born in 87. This is Cameron's roommate. He censors that entire top line, so you can't see that it's about a black male, and you can't see his birth date, right? So he censors that entire top line. This is not about Krexa. This is about his black roommate who was Baker acted at a university for credible threats of violence. This is not about Krexa. This is about his black roommate. And he tries to play this off like it's about Krexa, with the entire thing censored, so you can't discern that it's not about her, because Krexa is obviously not a black male born in 87.
So the top here says text comp versus friend Krexa, aka Luna, white female, 19, like known to have pocket knife, secured in safe something, then location showing violent tendencies via social media toward a select group of people. Baker acted. Right, okay. He said this is how he found out she had a violent record, but there isn't any...
This is how he found out that Krexa had a violent record, but this is not about Krexa. This is about his roommate. So the cops went to his apartment, like it goes in order. I've obviously over-censored like the top and the bottom. I realistically could have kept it in. But it goes in order. So they go to the scene, they figure out she has a knife, he has a gun in a safe. And then they figure out, oh, he also has a roommate who in 2016 was detained for credible threats of violence. So just be aware that this guy has violent tendencies. He's trying to play that off as if it's about Krexa and not his roommate. So he is
right,
in my opinion, maliciously censored this and lied about it to say that it's about Krexa when it's not, if you just look at the actual police report.
That's crazy. And I mean, theoretically, someone who was making videos on this, or maybe doing research behind the scenes for someone making videos on this, probably should have figured that out when they were going over this response video a year and a half ago.
Yeah, I showed it to Diesel and he thought this was crazy. So
damn, this is my first time hearing about this.
You want to know the best part about that response video?
What?
So he made 2 response videos, but he accidentally stitched them together. So he'll respond to a point, and then later on, he'll respond to the same point with a different answer that contradicts his previous answer.
What?
So he made 2 different response videos, accidentally rendered them in the same timeline, and uploaded it as his response.
Wait, so there's actually a second video in this upload? Because I've always just assumed the other response video was lost.
Well, I don't know if it's another response video, but like what I'm saying is he himself made 2 and then stitched them together to upload this. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then he includes contradicting information. Like he'll respond to a point twice. Like for example, Krexa claims that he was spreading revenge porn. He responds to this the first time by saying, "There's no proof of this. Why would you say this?" But then the second time, he responds to it and he's like, oh, well, I have a video of you on my laptop, but I didn't send it to anyone. And then he shows like he shows the video on his laptop. So like he responds to things twice with 2 different answers multiple times. That's just an example. There's multiple times of this. I still have to go through the entire it's like a 3.5-hour response.
Is there anything
video.
crazy in the calls?
In the jelly calls?
Yeah, in the full calls that he released.
So in I think call 3, there is a very, very suspect pause where Cameron is repeatedly saying, "It wasn't sexual, I just picked you up." And he repeats that, and there's like a very suspect pause, and it kind of sounds like he's trying to get her to say like, "Yeah, you didn't do that." And Gamma thinks, if I'm quoting him correctly, that these were spliced, just because like it feels so awkward. It does not feel like a real conversation. If you listen to the calls in order of like chronologically, because he misnumbers them, which again I think is on purpose. I think he's being bad faith. But if you listen to them in order of like timeline order, she starts off really nice and really cordial, and near the end she's like in tears in the last call or something. So I don't know if they're spliced. I don't know.
I mean, she claims these calls took
on.
place at like radically different points in the timeline, right? That some of the calls took place after like the first meeting.
Yeah. Oh fuck. He didn't release at least one call. There's one call in Diesel's video that he didn't release.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know if there's anything nuclear in that call. I don't know what could be in it, but he chose to not release that.
Well,
but yeah.
All right.
This guy sucks. He's like falsifying police reports. It's epic.
Catch you later.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Wow. Awesome work from Rao there.